If you ask any person you know about what anime movie they've seen, they'll have one or two answers: your name and a silent voice. And for some reason, this movie has garnered millions of people to watch a story for 2 hours about a detestable child growing to be forgiven by the victim of his evil years previous. And after thinking about it for quite a bit, I think I know why so many people are compelled to love this movie so much. Today, I want to tell you a story about Shoyo Ishida, the story of childish ignorance. You see, in the story of A Silent Voice, we get a look into how everybody's life was before the new girl came to the school and everyone's life changed forever. Before Shoka's entrance, everyone's life was pretty balanced. There was the established friend circles and hierarchies that you usually see in grade school, and everyone just kind of existed in peace, harmony, and just kind of regular school children type things. You had the cool kids, you had the jokester, you had the subtle teasing here and there, and you had all the makings of everybody's middle school experience, the different friend groups that hung out and the different roles that everybody kind of played. And at the end of the day, it's a simpler time and a simpler life to live when we were all back in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. But with Shoka's insertion into the entire situation and her trying to fit into everybody's lives, took attention away from the person who used to be the center of that attention and the face of the group for, as far as we know, the entire story previous, that being Shoya. So from here on out, he made jokes, he teased her. And because he didn't understand why she wanted to fit in so bad, why she just was making things more difficult, everything from the class learning sign language and having to include her in situations and explain different jokes and explain what everyone's talking about, and dealing with just her natural deficiencies, he despised her. She had come in and messed up the status quo, and Shoya wanted her to know that. He wanted everyone to know that. So he did it publicly. He caused a mess, a ruckus. He made hell for her at school and every time that she just tried to be accepted, and he wanted her to know every single day. As kids, at the end of the day, we don't know shit. Not a damn thing. Unless you're already put and predisposed into situations with unusual circumstances or just not the average thing that everyone is gonna see at school in their 8 hours or already at home with their parents and their potential siblings. At that age, there's nothing that our small little pea brains can wrap around and try to understand about somebody else's situation, or just try to assume how someone else feels in something that we have never stepped foot in before. For most of us, that's just not feasible at that age, and it's something that a lot of children have trouble with growing up. Even to this day, with being a senior in high school, I run into a lot of people at my school that just haven't gone through different life experiences with different types of people that I've been predisposed to because of my relatively diverse background. But for some people, it's just not the case. So taking a look at Shoya's situation and his frustration with Shoka's entire entrance into the school, we find ourselves combining just the lack of general knowledge of the average child, the cliques and the inherent drama and social hierarchies of a middle school, and the entire new variable in your existing life of adding someone that you've never seen like that before, and someone who you have to conform so much to at such a young age of 11, and adding with that the raging emotions of anybody at the age of 11 or over, and you have the recipe for the most evil little shits in existence: a 7th grade classroom. Now, I'm not saying that we were all once little devils like this. We weren't all verbally assaulting people, physically abusing people, and just socially and emotionally isolating people just for simply being different. A lot of us could come to an understanding or just didn't care enough about the situation to really go that far. What I am saying is, in all of our lives, we've done things and things in our past that we wish we could take back. Things we could come to realize that should have never been said or even thought of, even at such a young age. For some people, you have to come face to face with the consequences of those things that you previously did to fully understand. And with others, it just comes from maturity. For Shoya, this came from all his decisions backfiring and the people who were once his accomplices in his crimes of childhood realizing the error of their ways long before he had. So he had to pay. For weeks and weeks, years and years, and time after time being ostracized and honestly being held accountable for his bullying actions in return, and being driven to the point of crippling depression and near suicide. Not everyone has to go through these things personally or to this extent, but in a way, I think that all of us have to atone for the things that we did at any age. And regardless of whether you recognized whether it was wrong at the time or not, we all have to come face to face with the fact that we've done things that, like I said before, we just simply aren't proud of. Personally, I've said things to people that I am quite the opposite of proud of. Even my own best friend to this day, I've said things to that I couldn't possibly come up with a logistical reason as to why it came to my mind in the first place, and especially why it came out of my mouth to someone that I truly cared about a lot at the time, and even now. Even though what I've said and what I've done and the things I've been through aren't nearly as close to the characters in this film and in the story, I still regret what I've said to some people, and especially my best friend. We've talked about it, it's been discussed, and even still, even after years of separation between us now and at the time, still kind of haunts me to an extent. I was never a bully by any means, but still there are things that I was just ignorant to, whether it was just the feelings of how other people felt about their insecurities that I took advantage of, trying to be the class clown, trying to fit in, trying to just be the cool guy, trying to fit in with a different crowd than I had been used to. And it came at the cost of somebody's dignity. It came at the cost of somebody's comfortability. It came at the cost of somebody feeling confident in themselves around people that they shouldn't have a problem expressing themselves in and being confident in themselves in. Shoyu, as a child, was quite an evil person. He took advantage of and abused a person that was already dealing with some of the most unfortunate things that any humans have to live with on this planet, because of his ignorance, because of his childishness, because of his clinging on to this artificial attention that was given to him as a result of all this, and as a result of being the class clown before. He fell victim to, honestly, just the evils of a child. Something that a lot of us also have an experience in. Something that I think that a lot of people, when they take off the rose-colored glasses of looking at this as a fictional story, can honestly look at themselves and ask them, have I done anything like this before? And I can guarantee you that the answer is probably yes. I want everyone to think about the people that they used to be, and the ignorance that you once had, and ask yourself, did your despicable actions create another silent voice? Okay, I'm sorry, I'll never do that again. Thank you for everyone who's made it to the end of this video. I hope that you guys like this video. It's a little bit shorter, and I'm trying to make more videos at this length and with these type of edits. So if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, check out my other videos in this series, as I am trying to extend this series for a few more videos. I have a lot of videos planned in this format. So if you all would check out the rest of the series that I will have in a playlist up above and in the description, I believe, check that out. Check out the other videos on the channel. Subscribe if you're new. I appreciate you guys watching and coming this far. Check out my stream, which will be, well, it will have already passed. But I stream every Saturday, and I also have a podcast that streams every other Saturday. So check that out on the podcast channel, also in the description. Check me out on Saturdays and potentially just on weekends overall if I get these videos out soon enough. I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting. I hope that y'all have a good day, and peace.